Hello, this is the second film called The Many Faces of Japanese Maples. And as you probably know, there are hundreds of varieties of Japanese maples. And these films are just to help people identify certain varieties and how they're spelt. I'll put the spelling under each clip to make it easy for you to actually look them up and research them before you buy them. And also you can get the correct label. First one we come to today is the McCullough Yatsubusa. It's also known as the Shishi Yatsubusa in Japan. Any maple with the Yatsubusa in its name means it's compact. And this is a dwarf variety of Japanese maples, and a lot of mine are dwarf varieties just because of the limited space I've got in the garden. Even some of the normal size ones I do tend to keep to a small size by trimming their roots every time I repot them, every third year or so. It's a beautiful shade of green. It grows thick clusters of very small leaves, which makes it a favourite of the bonsai fraternity. Then we move on to Koto no Ito, which means golden old harp. This is a beautiful but unusual lineolobarium leaf variety. Anything described as lineolobarium just means that the lobes are ribbon or strap-like on the leaf. As you can see, these are very narrow and a bright green, which turn yellow and red in the autumn. It comes under the upright stance variety, which can grow up to 2 to 3 metres tall. It does best in semi-shaded position, but it does add a different dimension and a look to the garden. This next one is Sango kaku, or coral tower, which is famous for its red coral bark. This is not a very big specimen, but it can grow quite large, up to 8 metres tall, which is about 26 foot. And it will grow 20 foot wide. It has small palmatum leaves, which again, anything described as palmatum means hand-shaped, or i.e. it's got 5 lobes, which look like fingers, and palm as its hand. In the spring, the leaves are this light green yellow colour with the pink toothed edges, and in autumn it will turn gold. It's a lovely tree, easily obtainable from garden nurseries. And again, then we come on to the orange dream, which is very similar to a katsura, with its lemon yellow leaves and its pink edges. But orange dream will only grow to about 4 metres, which is about 13 foot. Still quite a large tree. It's got dense foliage, which grows into a round and upright bush appearance. This one of mine is about 10 years old, and it'll go bright orange in the autumn, which gives it its name, Orange Dream. This next one is Sagan, which is another one of the dwarf varieties and comes under the green category. I know it looks pink at the moment, and it was bright red a couple of weeks ago, but it turns greener as we move into the summer, and it should go light green, then yellow for the autumn. So with this tree you get all the colours throughout the seasons. It only grows to about 1 or 2 metres high, and it's got a round domed crown appearance when it's fully grown. It's another maple which is ideal for bonsai, and it's also very obtainable from garden nurseries. This next one is Murasaki hime. Any maple with hime in its name means pretty. And yes, this is another pretty dwarf variety. It only grows to about 1 metre tall. It has small leaves that start off yellow with red margins, and these will turn to a solid green during the summer, and it'll go orange during the autumn. Again, it's a favourite with the bonsai people. Although it's not easily obtainable in the UK, it's still a very lovely upright tree. Here we go to a larger green upright variety called Summer Gold. This grows to about 4 metres, which is about 13 foot tall. It likes to be in a moist atmosphere, so does well near water or a pond. It would suit this tree very well. It starts off in the spring with these yellow-orange palmatum leaves, which then turn to green for the summer and turns to a beautiful gold in the autumn. Then we come to the Kamagatahime, which is a green dwarf variety. This will only grow to about 1 metre tall. It has 3 to 5 lobes to each leaf, which turn down slightly with serrated edges. The edges are rusty red, which then turn into bright green during the summer. This plant is only, say, 3 or 4 years old, but you can see it's going to be a beautiful tree. Then we go over to the butterfly, or is known as Koto in Japanese. It's a variegated green and white variety that's an upright stance, which can grow quite large, up to about 20 foot tall. The variegation on it is green and white, but this can vary greatly from leaf to leaf, with some being completely green and some being completely cream or white on the same tree. The leaves have 5 lobes, which should have a pink or cream edge in the springtime, which turn to a magenta red in the autumn. It's quite a nice unusual plant, and sometimes it can be totally white. This last one I thought I would show you is a green dissectum, which I said in my first video, if a tree is labelled with just green dissectum written on it, then don't buy it. As anything labelled green dissectum, all it means is it's lace-like leaves, but you don't know what variety it is. Well, here's a case of not doing or not taking your own advice. This was labelled as a green dissectum, but I bought it just because I like the shape and the stance of the actual tree. I've put it in this bonsai pot, and I'll just enjoy it for what it is. Well, that's about it from me for this part of the Maple Variations films that I've done. Here in England, UK. Thanks for watching. I hope it's been of some help for those who are interested in Japanese maple trees. Bye for now. Until next time. Thanks for watching.